The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy G-Wade holding it down. G-Wade Podcast, kicking it alongside with my man Deacon.
Dirty.
And we got a special guest in the building on today, Keysha Lee. We talked about this a little bit off air. We got so many slashes, I don't know where to begin. As you see, author,
Yes.
filmmaker, which is in the title,
That's before all the slashes.
a motivational speaker, I'm sure actress,
Yes.
TV show host,
Yes.
radio personality too.
I've done radio.
Some radio
I
too. I'm
have.
gonna tilt this to you just a little bit.
I've done a little radio.
Okay,
That's right.
so all the things that has to do with entertainment sounds like
Entertainment media, yes.
media. There
So
we
I can
go.
give y'all that quiet storm voice if you need it.
Okay, that's that 2 a.m. That 2 a.m. when we working that midnight. What's that? The graveyard.
The graveyard shift, yeah.
No, we need to be up now. You got to play some, play some.
Gotta keep you upbeat.
What's that? Dance music, whatever it is. Yeah. That's what's up. So let's back it up a little bit because we met first. We met at the Pivot Foundation gala that Glenda Swain had. Shout outs to Glenda.
Hey, Glenda.
And I remember you going up to speak because you had just become a member.
Board member.
A board
with
member.
Pivot.
And I remember you talking. I was like, she sounds very interesting.
Thank you.
I'd like to get her on the show. And I thought it was maybe 3 years ago, but you said it was
It was
two.
a couple years
ago.
Yeah.
And so we kind of communicated, tried to make this happen once before. And now it's official.
It's
so
official.
you here.
I'm here. The timing is
The
perfect.
time is
Yes.
right. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. So let's back it up. So you're from where?
I am a Georgia peach.
Are you?
I am born and bred in the ATL.
Did you feel the Kendrick? Did you sense the Kendrick?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And let me tell you how authentically Georgia I am.
Uh-oh.
I'm a Grady baby.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Dirty D.
So when you pulled up, Deke said there's a shift in the atmosphere.
Okay, so I'm an original.
Okay.
And a lot of people say, God, I never meet people that are originally from Atlanta.
Right.
But I am, and then I grew up in the old Fourth Ward area. So kind of Auburn Avenue district.
Okay.
And so I'm the real one.
That's what's up. Well, I gotta say, so you grew up during the period of Freaknik and all of that.
Oh, no, this haters trying to just stop our picnic. Yeah.
You miss it? Would you want to bring that back?
I mean, I think we need it. I think the young people need it.
Really?
It's a, I don't want to say a rite of passage, but it's that childhood or that young adult experience.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a lot of good things. Greek letter organizations would have tables set up. I mean, come on.
So outside of what was going, I don't want to use the word shenanigans because I don't want no problems.
Okay.
But outside of what was going on in the streets, you saying there were offshoot things happening that had way more.
At Piedmont Park,
Yeah.
Different organizations. I know I was at the University of Georgia, and I covered it as a part of my class.
Really?
I was studying journalism. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, you have fun. Kids need to have fun. You keep them out of trouble if they have something to look forward to, I think. Even us adults, we want some fun in our life. So, yeah. But I think it was a great place for vendors and all, all people to get involved.
Right. So I'm sure if you were selling T-shirts, you making a killing out there in the streets.
Filmmaking 101.
Yeah, I like the T-shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's dope.
Name of my book.
And we're gonna get to that, but I just want to get your backstory, like what got you into media, what made you, what was the passion, what was the drive behind that?
Thank you for asking that. I grew up in Atlanta, in Hotlanta. They say natives don't call it Hotlanta, but I mean, that's what the all these people who flew here.
First of all, I drove.
We grew here, and those are the worst kind. There's
Wow.
ones that can just drive here. We didn't say,
I just pulled up. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
get rid of them. Oh, Lord. And the ones who flew here really got something to say, but you can always go back.
Wow. I think I just been excommunicated. You're not welcome here.
But I grew up watching Black women on TV.
Okay.
I mean, grew up watching, the Monica Kaufman. I think she's Pearson now.
Yeah.
The Steen Miles, Brenda Wood. So I grew up watching amazing black women.
Okay.
And that's where my desire came from. My mother watched the news.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't watch the news anymore, but she watched the news, and I could see people that looked like me.
Okay.
And I said, you know what? I want to be a news reporter. And that's how the dream was born.
Okay. So it was the news that did it for you.
Absolutely.
Because, when you hear actors and actresses speak, they're usually saying, because I didn't see enough representation of us on the big screen or whatever. But for you, it was the
Totally
small screen,
different
but the news, yeah, that's
I grew up in
interesting.
Atlanta, and Atlanta is definitely different from Georgia, from the state. Atlanta is a hub for African Americans, and we do very well here. And so I'm blessed to have grown up to see all these powerful women. Even now we have a mayor named Keysha. She spells hers with an I, but I spell mine with a Y. But so our young kids and our children can see it from growing up to see these images. So it's so important.
So that's what sparked it for you.
That did it.
And
for me.
did you know media, or were you just saying somehow, or just any kind of way on TV, on television?
No, I wanted to be a news reporter because
really?
That's what I saw. Like,
wait, you were a news reporter.
I did.
Yeah.
I did it. So. Growing up,
I forgot which market.
And then I went to the University of Georgia. I found out they had a good program right here in my home state, and so I also was a Hope Scholarship recipient.
Okay.
So
so that is real.
Oh, it's a real thing, right? And so I said, I got hope now, so I can go on to the University of Georgia, where I studied journalism, and then once I graduated, I got a job in Augusta, Georgia.
Okay.
At the ABC affiliate there, then Winston-Salem. And then I came back closer. I'm an only child. And so I came back closer with Montgomery, Alabama, which was one of my most amazing experiences.
Really?
Oh, my God.
Is that where Oprah was? Where was Oprah when she, when she was doing news reporting?
She was kind of in the, she was in the South.
I thought it was the South,
Southeast,
Oh, gotcha.
So,
okay. All right. Well, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So more black. We got. Well, I'm gonna say, with the news, there's plenty of African Americans that across the board there, and women, men and women, yeah. Okay, but still, probably we need more on the small and the big screen, but
absolutely,
definitely great strides being made.
Absolutely.
So how are you faring in this pandemic that's going on right now?
I am faring well because I put in the work. WadeWorks Studios.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So I had the idea of writing a book to kind of complement the work that I do was given to me by my business partner, and I was like, I don't write no book. I can't even see that. I don't know what to do, how to do it, and so I really feel for me the pandemic has been a blessing.
Okay.
Because I'm at home,
right,
forever, and doing virtual workshops and classes. And so it gave me that time to sit still and write my book.
But why a filmmaking book? Like, not just a filmmaking book, a filmmaking book about how to make film on mobile devices.
That's it.
Were you shooting, before, making films before, talking about or shooting on cell phones and that sort of thing?
Yeah, so what happened was I've been teaching TV and film for a few years.
Okay.
Just only a few years. I'm so young and all.
Right.
And,
21. How you doing this? She's amazing.
And so as an educator, I've been teaching it, and what I found with black students, in particular, they did not have access to the fancy equipment.
Right.
Their uncle wasn't heading a studio somewhere.
Right.
They didn't have they didn't have famous relatives or fancy equipment or the funds. So as I taught it, I thought, what can I do to give everyone access? And so that's how I developed the cell phone component.
Okay.
Or the mobile device, because I'm like, everybody has a mobile device or access to one.
Access to one.
So that's how that came into play.
Now, was it through your own experience? Did you pick up the phone or the mobile device and decide, okay, let me go shoot something, put something together, and now I can show the work?
It was teaching.
Okay.
And seeing the need. just because we would buy, whatever entity I was teaching for, whether it be a public school or a library or a college or university. Technology is so expensive, and then it's outdated quickly.
Fast.
So we buy 10 cameras, and then they got the new joint and the new, like the cell phone.
Yeah,
so
man.
I kept really trying to find a way to make it where everyone could have access. And so that it really wasn't. It was a trial and error in educating young people.
Gotcha.
More so than me saying, because I had the equipment, I had what I needed, but I was trying to put it in the hands of young people.
Of the young folk,
yes,
yeah.
and give them an opportunity.
And so how has that been received? Because I know for me, as you see, we are recording right now using mobile devices.
I'm so proud. This is the universe has conspired to make this a perfect day.
Like, this is going to fit perfectly for the book.
There you go. It's proof. It's evidence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what we do around here when we shoot promos, stuff to promote the podcast and the studio and that sort of thing. I'll pull out that camera and say, okay, here's an idea.
That's it.
And we'll do it. But in doing so, how have the children, how has the kids received it?
It's been a hit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why the book was in demand. I started, I pulled out of my school setting, that's my 9 to 5, and I said, I need to do my own thing. And, and my students were asking me for summers. What do you have in the summer? Because no one wants a high schooler typically on set or in the newsroom. Yeah. So they didn't have opportunities. It really doesn't come to you until the collegiate level or to you're an adult.
Right.
And so that's really why I developed Filmmaking 101 as a workshop. And I pitched it to Fulton County libraries, and they were like, we love it. Let's do it. And I was like, really? And you going to pay me out?
Oh, wow. Let me get my pitch together. You know what I'm saying?
This is perfection. So it really was divine. I would say it fell in my lap, but it kind of did.
Yeah.
I was in talking to them and saying, young people need more programming. These high schoolers, and they need something productive to do.
Right.
And there's a need for it, and I didn't have a facility or anything like that. So I talked to them, and they booked me, and we've been doing it ever since. That was 2014.
Wow. Wow. But did you start using mobile devices, or are you talking about just using regular?
So initially, I was using my own equipment, and I was like, "Now wait, we're not tearing up Keysha Lee TV stuff. What we?
I still got a shoot to do tomorrow."
And I had launched my show in 2011.
What's the show again?
Lessons with Mrs.
Lessons,
Lee.
yeah.
So I had equipment for my show. I would take it to do the workshops, and I was like, "This is not going to work." And I couldn't find a way to train them on it and then have them produce
Go back
stuff.
and do something right.
So I said,
yeah.
Okay, I got to come up with something. So that's really the necessity of it. So they could use their own stuff and not tear up mine. And I can still get my show going. That's how I came up with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how long is that course?
Typically, I've been doing a 3-hour workshop.
Okay.
So we do pre-production, production, and post-production.
Gotcha.
So I set up as a 3 hours so we can truly go through the filmmaking process.
And I was going to say, probably because of attention spans.
Well, that's the beauty. That's why I've been so successful, because we spend very little time sitting in my workshop.
Gotcha.
We do it off the top. We immediately do breakout sessions where they script, storyboard, and then the second hour they shoot, the third hour they edit.
Wow.
So you have a film of some sort at the end of my workshop, and we distribute it through social media.
Wow.
So they see start to finish, idea to
fruition.
distribution.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
So that's my winning formula. That's why the workshop has lasted so long.
Now, do you suggest or recommend to them, because I'm sure each student has different types of phones, models or whatever, iPhones versus Droids. I'm a Droidian, I'm just saying.
That's his only flaw. Everything else seems perfect.
God loves me.
That's all that matters.
Right. But how do you navigate through that? Because if you're using your equipment, you're saying, hey, this is example, I'm using this Sony ... But some may have a Samsung 6 or
and that's why I had to
iPhone
take it
10
out
or
of
whatever.
the prosumer ranks.
Okay.
That's why I had to take it out of that and do a mobile device. Because pretty much if you have any cell phone type or an iPad or anything like that, you can do it. So they make iMovie for Mac and Android. So that's kind of how I did it.
Wait, they do? I didn't know they made iMac for Androids. Really?
They make iMovie.
I did not know
and
that.
It's free.
And yeah, I did not know that.
And it's free.
Because Apple, man. Shout outs to Apple.
If you're serious
y'all
about filmmaking and making your
they
own
don't
content,
share, man.
You need to get an iPhone, okay? Don't be like him. Don't be like G-Wade.
Right. I'll save stuff on one hard drive, but because it's formatted to a PC, I can't plug it into the. I'm like, come on, man. This is.
They do it. You gotta want it to win it, and then they take all your money, but you gotta do it.
Now I must admit I do use a couple, so we got a couple here at the studio, and they work great.
Yes.
In fact, I use them for editing. But
so
still,
if you want to be in this industry, I hate to give away free promotion because I know they're gonna find me one day and start paying me. So,
absolutely.
But yeah, I do recommend the iPhone.
Okay.
And the iPad. I mean, everything is built in for it.
Gotcha. Well, let's walk through the book. Can I grab it for a second? So this is Filmmaking 101. Keysha Lee presents Filmmaking 101.
So if it's not presented by Keysha Lee, it's not the real thing.
It's not the real thing. Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby.
Ow.
Ain't nothing like the real thing.
He can do a little singing too. All right. Did y'all know?
You know what I'm saying? Me.
Do re mi.
Right. How to make films on your mobile device.
Yeah.
So, but you suggest or recommend the one type of app versus using because I use a different type of app. I don't use iMac on mine when I edit.
Okay, you don't use iMovie. What do you use?
I use Power Director.
Okay, and that's very popular.
Yeah,
it is and it works great. And when I see a lot of videos on Instagram, I see that it's Power Director. I recommend iMovie because it's so user friendly and pretty much across all platforms people can figure it out. But however, I do make other suggestions. Another cool thing I do in the book is I give you software app suggestions for even scripting.
Okay.
Scripting like Final Draft.
Really?
So you can script on your phone. I try to make it where you can do everything on your phone.
Wow.
Or iPad.
Right. Or as much as possible. Do you write?
Yes.
You write? Okay.
Yes.
See, I'm a storyteller. But I can't put it into dialogue. Like I can.
We got you. He needs to get my book.
Help me.
He needs WadeWorksStudios, G-Wade podcast.
The script right here.
We need to get him this book so he can get started using the app scripting or handwrite them just to get him started. Yes, you've got to be able to translate your ideas because you don't want to pitch anything and just give it away and then you have no proof positive that you have done. So you got to learn to do the scripting.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me.
You see?
Yeah.
So we didn't know this. I didn't know this. And so, yeah, that's proof right there. So that's why I really want folks to be able to do it on their own. And I start with commercials because everyone has either a product or a service or a brand that they want to promote.
Exactly.
So we should all know how to do it because if you go to a videographer, a cinematographer, they're going to be like, that'll be $100,000. Whoa, wait.
This is a couple bananas I need to promote.
That's it. Like, give me a break. So I'm trying to put this industry in the palm of your hand. I'm trying to give more folks access.
What's his name?
Irony Singleton.
Yeah.
He was on my show, Lessons with Mrs. Lee, as well as, so he's a filmmaker. He does small and big screen.
Yeah, I've seen him in different
T-Dog
things.
from The Walking Dead. And he came to speak with me during his time on the show. It was so amazing. And he's a bulldog, so I love him for life. Go dogs.
All these biases.
Right. All these affiliations and singlements.
That is too funny.
And so, yeah.
Stop motion animation.
Yeah.
You can do that on the phone?
Of course. And in fact, I have a friend who is a photographer who bought the book, and I asked her to do that project first to show others. So I'm going to have that as an example on my site, on Keysha Lee TV on Instagram and all platforms.
Okay.
To so she can, because she has that background in photography, to show her to show others how it can be done, like the final product.
Right.
And I want her to use the book to do it. And so she's like, she agreed. It's Sue. I'm calling you out.
Let's talk about this one. Silent movies. This is old school right here.
Yes. And that's why I did it. I wanted that throwback to the original form. And
so is it in black and white as well?
Absolutely.
Oh wow.
I require that you do black and white.
Got the look and everything.
Yeah, and we all have filters on our phone, right? Yeah. So we can all do archaic or antique or whatever the filter is, and so you can use that on this particular film. I love it. My students produce it. All of these film types have been produced. Under
everybody coming through. I recognize a lot of faces, but I don't know their names.
Kenny. Yeah. She came and spoke to my adult class. Dawn Kenny, that's my girl. And so she came. I had an adult class at the Metropolitan Library branch.
Okay.
In the fall of 19. It's of Fulton County. And she came by and talked about acting and gave insights. And honey, she's doing it on. She's doing it, on the Bounce TV network. So
right, that's where I see a lot. Yeah.
So she's a star.
This is what's up. Yeah, I know. Music videos.
And so I have people kind of connected to each other. I do 10 lessons in this book. It's all genre of film, and so like for the music video, I have Ishi from Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Irony Singleton was in comedy because he did a one-man show. And he plays those serious roles, but he loves to have fun.
Okay.
And do comedy. And then I produced my own documentary, which was called Lessons from a Living Legend. And it tells the story of UGA's first black graduate, Mary Frances Early.
Wow.
It was amazing. So I was nominated for an award.
You entered into the film festivals and all that?
And it got selected for the Georgia Documentary Film Festival.
Dope.
So I practice what I preach now. I'm not going to teach you something that I don't know how to do or I haven't done already.
And and when you shooting, when you're looking at the final product, most of the time, not all, but most of the time, most people won't even know what you shot on to begin with. Because
that's the production value.
Yeah.
And the new iPhone, they're making these phones so well, and they are focusing on the camera on purpose.
On purpose.
I mean, we're gonna have us iPhone, Apple.
Listen.
People.
First of all. I got an iPad. We gotta relax.
You can tell when somebody, and they feelings about their
some type of way.
And so, they have made that new camera so good. It's almost like, well, I mean, can we still call on it? Because they have made it for filming. And
they're doing them so well that they are now blurring out the background and bringing you to the foreground. Yeah, it's crazy.
So this is why.
How do you think that's shaking up the film industry? I mean, I know Steven Spielberg don't have anything to worry about, but at the same time,
it's giving
the
more
likes
people
of
access.
me can do it now.
Yeah, that's the point of it for me. Of course, there'll be some abuses. Of course, there's kind of a negative side to everything.
What's the negative? What would you say?
Well, even my journalist friends who are still in the industry.
Okay.
And they're still in TV. I've converted over to film, but they say, that's the problem. Everybody has a camera now. And everybody they're very invasive. Sometimes they can release information that is personal and private, and it should be kept that way.
Right.
And so there'll be some abuses, but I think for my people, for black people, brown people, I want them to have access to creating it. We don't get sometimes the opportunities, the jobs, so we have to create our own.
Right. And content is king.
And there it is.
Yeah.
And so when that door finally opens for you, if you have 10 films under your belt, you're a filmmaker.
My daughter was looking at some Tyler Perry plays on her iPad, and I'm just listening to her laugh, and I just went over there and started looking through. I was like, wait a minute, how many plays does he have? And I didn't realize he has a ton
a body of work.
of
He's
content for real.
And he's a great example. I'm glad you brought him up. My maiden name is Perry, so I'm pretty sure we're related.
That's your cousin.
So Tyler, let's get it. Let's take over.
And we friends, so holler at her. She gonna
smart.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I wrote it too. I want people to get started. It says on there, start today.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And so with a mobile device, you can get started and start building up that body of work. I have a student that was in my adult filmmaking class at Metropolitan. He has a series now, an Instagram series. It's called Snitch, right? It's Snitch. It is so good. They have many episodes.
Really?
I just attended the rap party. It was amazing. And that's the great thing about it.
But he's just putting clips on Instagram, but the full
and they are like, they're mini episodes.
Okay.
But if he gets an opportunity and someone needs to see his acting, right? And he hasn't really booked or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
He has the content.
And see, I'm like that. I'm of the mindset that, you know, some of these doors you're gonna struggle to get in or not gonna be able to get in if you create your own content. Have them come knocking, yeah, because they're seeing you put in the work.
That's
yeah,
it. And that's the disparity or the thing I've noticed with folks. Well, Keysha, I don't have the money, or I don't have. But now with social media, with YouTube, broadcast yourself. There's no excuse. With this book, with Filmmaking 101 on your mobile device, there's no excuse.
Yeah, it's so crazy now that you not saying you really need a headshot, but you can just tell people to go to my IG.
That's it. Yeah. That's what they do.
Yeah,
when I get pressed, they go and they look at all my social media and they're like, oh, okay, she's legit.
That's your personal PR
That's
person
how
right
they
there.
do. And it works on the reverse too. With a lot of young people, they put out some questionable content, right? And so employers are also
right.
So we need to be responsible. Yes, everybody has the access now through the mobile device, but be careful of how you're presenting yourself. And that's something I teach as well.
But shoot, man, it's like whenever you look up, at least for me on my IG, I see a lot of news anchors getting into well, of course they are, but they're into it. I'm talking about, like you would say, not. I don't want to use the word questionable, but you would think some things you would want to see a person act a certain way. You say a news reporter, you expecting them to be kind of.
That's right, more professional.
Yeah, but then you look at the IG and
you're like see a whole.
That's a whole different person.
Right.
But at the same time, I see that he or she are having fun doing it. They're not doing anything too crazy, but I'm like, you know, everybody's getting into the game.
That's the thing, because you want that likability, and people want to know you more. They want to know the personal side.
That's where I suffer.
Yes.
That's where I suffer because people tell me all the time, we don't know you
who is
personally.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know that. So I want to see you creating
I'm
more.
afraid.
I want to let you in.
You don't be judged. You know what I'm saying?
But you're in the industry. So
facts.
You got to do it. You got to do it.
See, I don't even know what to even begin with, because I watch stuff. I'm like, okay, I see she's dancing or he's dancing or something.
I would like to see. I'm going to give you a critique.
Okay, yes, please.
I'd like to see more of the podcast, because I had to I wanted to see what you've done before.
Gotcha.
So more clips on the podcast.
Okay.
Because I had to go to YouTube and your website, because I wanted to
do
see
some track downs just to find something.
What you've done before.
Okay.
So I could have an idea. And then when I was like, okay, they also stream. Okay. I'm going to have my book and my easel. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing my little shirt,
with a T-shirt.
Crown,
I see you.
know. So that helped me prep for you. To see your formula. So put your content. I mean, keep it on your website. But I need to be able to see that on IG. I need to be able to see. Like, mine would be a perfect one to start with. And
I shall do that.
Moments we're having.
I shall do that.
Yeah, so definitely that's a big critique that I would do for you.
Okay, okay.
And anything you can, we want to see.
So do I need to?
And she just gave up a lot of free game right there too.
That's facts. That's facts. Yeah, you're right.
Deke, you know what I know. You know what I'm talking about, right?
A lot of free game right there.
And so we want that inside. We want to feel like we know you.
See, but I'm gonna use the word used to be, but I'm kind of still. But I'm gonna use the word used to be because I'm changing, y'all.
There you go. Grow.
But the one to be like, man, look, why are you showing your lunch? You know what I mean?
And you're watching it though.
But I'm watching
and
it
there
though.
it is. That's why.
See, and that's why I'm like, why would I be?
Because we're carnivores. We want to consume. Oh, let me see how her house looks. Let me see what her lunch. Okay, she eats healthy. She don't even eat healthy. How she? That's unfortunately. That's what it is. We want to consume your life, and we want that insight. But the beautiful thing about
Deacon and I know we're private guys. We don't. I don't know him.
No, I'm concerned. But we'll talk about that off air.
Right.
But the great part about that is you control what they see.
Facts.
You are creating the content.
Yeah,
so
true.
So you tell them. But I'd love to see what goes into creating your podcast. So you could give us more with your guys, with your editing process. Sure, do a 1-minute clip on y'all editing the podcast. On, hey, I'm in the lab. We'd love to see people. I'm in the lab.
In the lab.
Okay, great.
Right.
Of course, you're in the lab. That's what you have to do. But we want that more of that inside.
Okay.
We want even that behind the scenes when you and I came in, that mic check.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Okay.
People want that. They want that in. They want in. We want to see.
Yeah.
We want more from Deacon.
So
we
even
want to know about his name. Why you got that?
Where it come from, Deacon Dirty? Where that name come from, Mr. Dirty?
Hey, I'm from the dirty South, and that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I've said too much. That's funny.
So letting folks in, that's gonna tie them to you. I always, of course, mention my dogs, but that's an association.
Okay.
People know you're from Atlanta. They know you're a Grady baby. Anything they can connect to you, they want to know that. Yeah.
Okay. So even if I'm at the gym, because I see a lot of gym videos, people love to show their workouts.
Of course.
And females working on their arms usually show it from the ground up, which is weird to me.
You know it.
Like, you think you slick.
Squats.
Like, you're not doing squats. Oh, that's funny.
But they love that. And then, you decide how much. But if you work out, that's a big deal because a lot of people don't. So you can even show I'm on the way. I hate all these people. I'm on the way to the gym. I'm in the gym.
See, but you just said you hate it. Now I'm going to be hated.
But you're still watching, though.
I hate it, but I can't look away. Okay.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, people can be... I just got to get you there.
Because right about now, it's since this pandemic is going on, people are kind of stuck inside.
Anyway, we need something.
So,
That's why they need the book.
Yeah,
right?
get the book.
I was telling my cinematographer, I feel like I'm shoving this book down people's throat, right? But they're watching and they're buying it.
Yeah.
And the more I released my unbooking video yesterday.
I saw that.
Right? And then people
at the
like,
bookstore in
we
Stone
love
Mountain.
it.
Yeah.
That's the same place I'm going to have my first book signing.
Young
on
Gifted
October
in
16th.
Black.
Young Gifted in Black children's book. That's the same place I'm going to do my book signing.
Okay.
But people love it. They want that inside. They're looking. They're watching. Oh, okay. So da-da-da-da-da. I mean, I feel like I'm shoving it, but I keep it coming. So just... drink some water.
Yeah.
But that's what you do. You promote. But I couldn't believe that I didn't see your clips on your site. So I'm
Now I feel bad.
Now I got to go to YouTube.
You got to track them down.
No, give it to us. Give us some short clips of the podcast.
All right.
I want to see that ASAP. Okay, and then promote your guests. I know with me, he was probably like, she might not even come.
No.
I wanted to see my face on there. I wanted to
see. Well, see, this is what we've learned over the time of us doing radio. Is we used to promote the guests coming, and then we'd run into the occasion or the incidents where the guests had to cancel or didn't show up. But I promoted the guests coming. So then what we started doing is we got the interview, and then we would promote days afterwards.
And see, that's what I want to see. Since we're gonna when we air. Until my show is on, I want that promotion. I got a beautiful headshot to share as well. So y'all can put that on there.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, so it's always a ways around it, know. But I agree. I want to promote someone, and so I say, yeah, see, me and him, we've been taking about 3 years to get this done. So
she coming, I promise. You know what I'm saying?
Right. One day.
Right, one day. Yeah. So when someone walks away, when an adult, student, young person walk away after reading your book, what are they going to walk away with? What tools will they have?
they're gonna walk away, and I think that's a great question. My goal was not for them just to walk away with 10 films, or however many they produce from the book, but knowing how to share their story, knowing how to spread their message.
Okay.
Okay, because we all have something to share with the world. And so I want people to get their message out and to share their story. And so we're all trying to tell you, what our passions are, what our dreams are. I love your slogan, wake up in your dreams. And so what is Wade's dream? What is G. Wade's dream? And how have you been working toward that dream? That's your story. And that makes us buy in more to you and your podcast. So that's what I want you to walk away with. And you don't need anyone else to do it. You don't need money or fancy equipment or connections. I'm going to tell you who Keysha Lee is because I know how to do it now. So that's the big umbrella goal of the book.
Okay. And so people want to buy the book. Where can they get it from?
Thank you for that. The easiest way would be Amazon, and it's on. We have the paperback and the ebook.
Okay.
Amazon and Kindle. But that's the great thing about the Young, Gifted, and Black children's bookstore in Stone Mountain.
Okay,
They're going to
gotcha.
be carrying the book.
Okay.
Also, the Black Dot bookstore. So I'm going to put a list on Keysha Lee TV on IG.
Okay.
So, and that's why I'm making that extra effort to get it into by us, for us bookstores. And
Okay.
entities, yes.
What does it retail for?
It is $24.99.
$24.99.
And the ebook is really affordable. It's $9.99.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can have that right on the device that you'll be producing from. And so I wanted to make it accessible.
Have you thought about doing an audio book?
I have.
Or will that read well as an audio book?
I think it will for certain segments of my readers.
Gotcha.
And so we're working on that and just trying to get the time to do it.
Okay. And so Miss Keysha Lee, filmmaker, motivational speaker,
Yeah.
TV host, educator,
Thank you, Dee.
teacher,
Yes, Lord.
queen, princess, all the above.
Yeah.
Where can they find you at?
Okay, so on every platform, for the older crowd, I still have a Facebook account.
Is that how it's ranked?
Pretty much, yeah.
Students give me the business.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because I don't think I should be on TikTok. I don't feel like I should be there.
Right.
That ain't right.
But they want you on it all. They want you on Snapchat, TikTok. I'm like,
But that seems like that's a
"Golly."
kids game, a thing though, like kids.
It's exhausting, right? So
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
gonna try to maintain IG, and that's all I can give you. But on Instagram, it's Keysha Lee TV. Facebook is Keysha Lee TV. YouTube is Keysha Lee TV. So you can find me on those platforms.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Miss Keysha Lee, I certainly appreciate you coming through, and it's finally excited to have you come sit
Finally.
down and teach us and show us how to make film, television, commercials, promos,
Yes.
silent movies
Yes.
on your mobile device. You have a phone of droids. I'm just saying.
Fortunately for the droid people.
I just don't know how to switch over. Something in
Switch.
me.
Make the switch.
You know, this is what I'm gonna do.
Make the switch.
If I
Okay.
decide
He
to switch,
said
I'm
if.
a videotape myself going into the store and saying, "Okay, y'all, I'm about to do it.
I love that concept.
This is happening."
That would be so dope. That would be.
You're gonna see me
great.
sweating and
Right. I'm not sure. I just don't know.
giving myself a
Yeah.
pep talk in the car.
I love that. I would watch that.
Right.
Mana.
Right. Just to give me an iPhone 10 or what are they on now? 27? I don't
'cause
know.
we're definitely past the 10. But
Oh,
hey,
see, show us how
we're
much I know.
working.
Well, hey, listen, I'm still working on. I'm eligible for my upgrades, and I still haven't taken it yet.
So we'll just to get him started, Deke. We'll take whatever version here I go. Yeah, just to get him in
Just
the
do
family.
something, right? Yeah. That's what's up. Keysha Lee TV on Instagram. You said Facebook as well.
Yes,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Follow, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff.
Keysha with a Y now, not an I.
Keysha with the Y.
Keysha with a Y.
That should be a
Yes,
T-shirt
Deke.
right there.
Look, I have it. I have that T-shirt.
Do you
There
really?
is no I in Keysha, and Keysha with a Y.
Keysha with the Y.
Yes.
That's dope. When is the book signing? Did you say?
Okay, so the first book signing is October 16th.
Okay.
And it's at
This
Young
is
Gifted
actually going to
and
be physically at this.
physical.
Oh, I'm gonna try to come through October. Okay,
That would
yeah.
be great. It's on a Friday. It's from 4 to 6 p.m.
Okay.
So I kind of wanted to, get the crowd in and get this first one done. And I'm so excited about this bookstore. It's an amazing place.
Mm-hmm.
And then on that day, we'll place copies on the shelf too for people. So
Nice.
come get your book and get it signed.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I think I might get. You have some with you now?
Of course.
Okay, I'm gonna get one.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I'm a
See,
customer
this is
too.
what I'm saying. That's support right
And
there.
I want to videotape you signing it then.
Oh, I got
How about
you.
that?
Yeah.
That's my personal life.
See, no.
I'm letting y'all in.
That's it.
So he does read.
right.
Oh, my book. That's the start. We can't prove
They're just on the
reading.
shelf. They're just on the shelf. That's what's up. It's your boy G-Wade holding it down. G-Wade Podcast, kicking it alongside with my man Deacon.
Dirty.
Y'all know what it is.
The G-Wade Podcast.
The G-Wade Podcast.
Bringing you the cool interviews,
The hot topics, and all that other crap.
The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.